So in this video, I'm going to make a pencil bowl, but I want to do something a little bit different. I did find a bowl that I was able to use to cast this form in. But for this one in particular, I've decided to make a segmented ring for the bottom, and I'm going to do a segmented ring for the top. I had a stick of Purple Heart, so I went ahead and I cut out a 12 segment ring for the bottom. So that's going to go down here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast some pencils in the center. And for this top ring, I've got 16 segments here. And what I'm going to do is put pencils in between each one of the segments. I think it's really going to look kind of neat. So this is my wedgie sled. On the website segeasy.com, and I'll try to put a link down in the descriptions. But on that website, you can download plans to build this wedgie sled. I'm going to go ahead and cut a couple test segments to make sure that that segment length is where I need it to be. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut my Purple Heart at that measurement. Now, if you've never used a wedgie sled before, you don't flip over your piece. You always leave the same edge on top, and you always leave the same edge on the side facing you. I'm going to cut my first cut here, slide it forward, cut my second cut there, and I'm going to number every single segment that I make. I've got all 16 of my segments cut. So now I'm going to defuzz them, get all these fuzz off, and I'll come back. Now for the moment of truth. I'm going to dry fit these, so I'm just going to start putting them in with a pencil between each one. I'll see if I can get all the way around with each piece and a pencil between each one. Wow, that is perfect. But I will definitely have to take some measurements. This bowl, I think it's going to be pretty cool, and I really thought about making a mold with this size, and I'll write down every number I can come up with to try to make sure I can reproduce this. I almost hate to throw cast material in this and ruin this mold. I really probably should make something. Well, I can do it again, I'm sure. I can recreate it. Why not, right? I can't believe this is perfect. I think it's going to come out pretty cool. Well, as you can see, I got the basic shape of the bowl done. I've also got the ring is cast. It's all set. I got to get it out of this MDF block here. That's the next step. After I do some cleaning up, this stuff is a terrible mess. It's a beautiful day outside. I got that willow tree that's down in the backyard, but I think it's too wet for me to go out back and cut that up. I got the doors open to the garage here, so I'm turning into nice weather for once. So I'm trying to figure out a way to mount this segmented ring onto the lathe to get rid of some of the MDF. I thought, why not just glue it onto the bowl itself? So that's what I'm going to do. It is a lot of MDF to turn away, but I'm going to try to go through the center and get a chunk of it out all in one piece. It's probably good to mention. I know MDF is full of all kinds of nasty stuff. Dust is horrible for you, but I do always wear my Trend Air Shield. Got it in January. I like the thing. It works really good, and it's really awesome at cleaning out the sanding dust, you know, keeping me from breathing it in. So I'll get it mounted on the lathe, and I'll get working on getting rid of that MDF. With the majority of that MDF moved out of the way, we kind of get a look at what the top ring is going to look like. And I'll get shaping this top ring now. I think I got the final shape all set. I lost a couple pencils out of the top, 3 or 4 actually, at a couple different occasions. A couple in the second row I had to glue back in. They were pushing out. One thing, when you're using CA glue, basically super glue, wear rubber gloves. These 3 fingers were kind of stuck to stuff, but no big deal. No trips to the hospital this time. But got to get it cleaned up. That CA glue does leave kind of a mess, and I don't want to leave that kind of finish on it. So I'll see if I can get it cleaned up. So this is the finished piece. Came out pretty good. I really do like the pencils in between the segmented ring on top. Learn something new every time I turn one of these pencil pieces, that's for sure. But you know, I think I would do this one again. I would also do a couple things differently. So I hope you like it. Thank you for watching.